You guys are recording. I'm Ray.
I'm Candace.
Welcome to Unpacking Coffee. This week,
we headed to the suburbs of Portland to talk to
Dapper Wise. We spoke to Evan and Graham at their headquarters.
Like, what is Dapper and Wise about? Relationships and quality and then sustainability. My name is Evan Aldretti. I'm one of the owners of Dapper and Wise Roasters.
My name is Graham Dowdy and I'm the creative director at Dapper and Wise.
Dapper and Wise actually originally was just a coffee shop in Hillsboro, Oregon called Insomnia.
Just a coffee shop.
Our first company that we started with is a cafe business called Insomnia Coffee Company. EST 2007. We started out in the suburbs of Portland in a town called Hillsboro, Oregon, where we are currently. We served another roaster for several years. We started getting quite a bit of feedback and kind of a longing from our customer base. They were looking for more information, more traceability, more connection to the product of the coffee. Now, us being a wholesale customer, we didn't have as much of that translated information that we could give. And so that's kind of what prompted us to move forward into being our own roaster. And we took that leap, but that was in 2013. We put a lot of the control into our own hands. In a lot of ways, we're being able to reinvent our passion behind coffee. We're like, what would we do if we had the control, and what can we do and how far can we go? So the Dapper and Wise came from the concept of, you know, we do want to do really amazing special things that, again, are unique to the suburbs for sure, but we want to be on the cutting edge of where we can be in Portland proper altogether. And now we've been open as a roastery for 5 years, over 5 years, 5.5 years almost. So anybody that would come in, we want to make sure that we're approachable to them. That's where the Wise part came in. So you have the cool stuff, but you also have the wisdom to impart it to in the right way, in the non-pretentious way. One thing that we've always been big on, and still to this day, is relationships, and that's from across the counter to the vendors that we've worked with for over the years. We provide like sustainable careers and as much as we can for the people that work for us and want to have a career in coffee. The huge part of the business that is international and those relationships across borders. For kind of the size that we are, we've made a huge investment into developing those relationships. Flying to them, being around them, having dinner with them. Relationships are not just like, you know, I shook your hand and I bought their coffee. Sometimes you have to say, man, this was really good last year. What happened this year, and how can we together improve on this product? And those are things that we didn't have access to before. It never should be just an exchange of money and currency just for profit's sake. There's so many things tied into a business relationship that is like friendship and support and vision and all of these things that, again, they have a vision for their family or their company and they want to accomplish that. We have a vision for our community and our families, and we want to accomplish that. So we really do work together in that regard, and to have this pinnacle of like the perfect fit. You could just, as a roaster, start up and just buy from whoever you can get green coffee from and just go. But there's so many, oh gosh, there's so many things we've learned over the years now of just like the pitfalls of even just that mentality of just not planning, not investing. You just kind of just buy because you need. And it ends up just really translating poorly in so many different aspects of business. And so there's a lot of intentional effort you have to have in order to do it right. So you have to have an investment in that process into their lives, and then they see that reciprocal value, you know.
So they have this really fantastic coffee right now. This is a coffee from Colombia, La Feldez, and it's the first time that they've put out this special coffee in this special packaging. I hope they do more of it. It's pretty
Tell
cool.
us about it, Evan.
That was a farm that I had the privilege to visit. It was in Colombia, and if you've never been, it's extremely mountainous. At this particular farm was, you can only access it by foot through like this crazy like bridge that looks like you're gonna die, and it's creaking, and it's like, yes, and so you're holding onto these wire cables, you know, and walking on these creaky boards to get across the ravine, and then they send the coffee bags over from in a gondola, like over the ravine. It was so sweet. And as soon as we tried the coffee, I think it was like the end of the week, not at that farm, but they had sent that to a cupping table. We were like, whoa, and it was blind, so we're like, whoa, what's that coffee? That's extremely amazing. And then it tied back to that experience as like, that's like exactly what you always want, you know. They just care so much. It's such a beautiful coffee and relationship too that's forming.
We wouldn't have even tasted that coffee if you hadn't been there.
Right.
Right?
No.
It's like an example of like, if you actually take the time to go somewhere and like meet people and extend yourself, then there's cool things that are there.
Yep, exactly. You have to be at the party.
Gotta be at the party.
Dapper Wise just put out a new coffee package. So at about the time the show's coming out, you'll start to see this hit the shelves, this bio tray packaging. So we get to be one of the first to show it off to the world.
One thing that's really fun about design and brand in general, at some point you just have to come out with something and be like, okay, this is what it has to be, and we ordered 40,000 of them. But then over the next year or whatever, you get to be like, what are all the like cool changes we could make? The new bags like really look similar to the old bags, but they're better in like all these little ways.
They were excited to do a refresh because not only were they able to change the type of packaging, but sort of tweak it to fit their product better, and now it's good for the environment.
We are switching to BioTray bags, which we're super excited about. Sustainability is like a big thing for us, for our company. Environmentally, packaging wise, cost of production for coffee producers, like
Economics and environment.
yeah. So for packaging, the current BioTray is not perfect, like it's not 100% biodegradable. That's what we want, is 100% biodegradable. Like support a company that's like working to get there, and then hopefully they'll have it, and then we can have those.
Yeah. So you gotta take those steps forward with
You
them.
gotta take those steps, totally.
Yep.
This month, Dapper Wise are also have their residency at the La Marzocco Home Cafe in Seattle. So
we're having 4 different Portland pop-ups that are going to be there each weekend.
Portland and Seattle for the holidays.
Sort of showcasing that collaborative relationship, and then we're also doing a special drink each week that relates to the pop-up.
I mean, that really encompasses the relationship aspect of what we want to accomplish. Again,
Dapper Wise Coffee Roasters of Hillsboro, Oregon.
Glasses that covered up his eyes. She was suited in a suitable disguise. They roasted coffee, the lows and highs. Dapper
By the way, Unpacking Coffee is brought to you by Need More Designs. We do design for coffee roasters like yours. if you roast coffee.
Did I do that?
Hi.
Oh
Sorry,
my
we're on
gosh,
live
I'm so
camera.
sorry. I'm gonna just stop interrupting here. My bad.